Yo, what's going on, guys? And today, Ja Morant returns from suspension. Yes, today is the day that Ja Morant returns from being a suspended man. Some might say that finally, it's about due time that he finally did that. But I think, look, it's what the NBA decided to do. It's what the NBA wanted to do. And for me, I personally, I think the whole thing with this whole thing is that I don't know. I get a bit curious on how it'll improve the team. So the way, sorry, I looked down and I saw that my Airbnb they like made an adjustment because I have a buddy who is staying with me at the Airbnb. Thought it was just gonna be me and my dog. Now it's gonna be me and my buddy. So we just had their like tell me to alter this basically my reservation. And for us, I think it's definitely going to be an interesting day to hear about how this team, the Memphis Grizzlies, I'm also getting text messages from my sisters, not my sisters, from my girlfriend. I'm just getting blown up on my phone. Jackson's going to join us in 10 minutes. But I, I'm going do not disturb because this is just not what I need right now. And the whole thing is, as I get blinded by the lights trying to speak, Ja Morant returns from suspension. Big day today. The Memphis Grizzlies have had a rough start to their season. They haven't looked like the team that has gone, been the two seed for the last two seasons in the West. So that's definitely going to be something to see. So let's look at the NBA standings currently. The current standings of the NBA, which I think is with the Western Conference, you're going to have yourself the Timberwolves obviously are 20-5, then Thunder, Nuggets, Kings, Mavs. You go all the way to the bottom. Tied with the Portland Trailblazers are the Memphis Grizzlies 6-19. They are currently 14 games behind first place. From being just a play-in team, they are 7.5 games away from being just in the play-in. They are 10.5 games, or just actually, I'd like to say 9.5 games away from being a sixth seed. So, Ja Morant coming back, what is this going to do? The Ja Morant's expected season debut Tuesday, and I think it's going to be an interesting one as I get excited to think about Ja being back in the NBA. As we look at his, he just played 20, he just missed 25 games. That's understandable. That there's going to be some rust. There's going to be some, maybe not the most fluid basketball. He might not look like himself. But you have to understand the expectation is that going to take a few games till he's back to his normal self. I am in full belief that Ja Morant will dominate. Ja Morant will do what needs to be done to have success like he's had in the past. Now, the question is, will it be enough to give this team a chance to be a playoff team? That's the big question. And Aaron, he won't help their defense. I agree with that. So right now, let's go over here, stat muse real quick with the Grizzlies. And if we look at the stat muse for the Grizzlies on their defensive stats, they are this season. This is a team. They are the ninth defense, so their defense is still there, Aaron. I mean, and the thing is, it's not really the defense. They're the worst offense in the league. They're the 30th offensive rating. They're 29th in the 3-point percentage. He's not going to help with the 3-point percentage, but their leading rebounder is Bismack Biyombo. Nothing against Bismack Biyombo. He's been fantastic for them, but they're only getting 7 boards tonight. And yeah, and Aaron, it isn't bad. Like, I agree, Aaron. Defensive rating of ninth isn't bad, but with Ja Morant now being potentially able to come back, let's just get right into the thoughts. The two-time NBA All-Star who missed 25 games due to a suspension for brandishing a gun. And I don't want to get into all the other people who've been suspended for less or that. That's not what this video is about. Taylor Jenkins has said that Ja Morant's physical preparation was unbelievable going into this game. And like we talked about earlier, the Grizzlies right now are the worst offense in the league. They're the ninth best defense. And going into tonight, they are currently ranked, if I look at my other screen, 6-19. And this is a team that has the chance, they're 7.5 games away from being a play-in team. They're 9.5 games away from being a sixth seed. So what we know is that Ja Morant, met with Adam Silver. And I think the big thing is, we'll also make a video like reacting to how Ja Morant plays tonight. But the big question that needs to be addressed, and right here, Aaron Barn brings it up, is that can Ja bring the offense from currently 30th ranked to 10th by the end of the season? Last year, this team was the 15th best offense. The year before that, they were the 5th best offense. And the year before that, they were the 15th best offense. So, in the last 3 years, they've had 2 years where they were the middle of the pack offense and 1 year where they were top 5. And in that year that they were top 5 in offensive efficiency, their three-point percentage was at 35%, and their leading rebounder was grabbing 10 boards a night. Now, last year they didn't have Steven Adams, my apology, Steven Adams. And this year they have Bismack Biyombo. I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect, but there are things that are going to, need to happen. I think having, Ja out there facilitating, taking some pressure off the defense is going to be huge. But if you look at the current season of 23-24, we can't sit here and be like, oh, it's all pixies and roses, because it's not. It hasn't been perfect. And I just want to see what's going to be the end result with the way that this team looks, because it has to be a turnaround, not a small one, but a pretty decently sized one with the return of Ja Morant, as they're currently the worst offense in the NBA. And by bringing in a guy like Ja, hopefully, and you're looking at the current team, the team right now only has Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. being your consistent 20-point scorers. And Jaren Jackson Jr. isn't being the most efficient guy, especially from three. Then Marcus Smart and Santi Aldama are your third and fourth leading scorers, with, the rest being Mr. David Roddy, Luke Kennard when he plays, Zaire Williams, Xavier Tillman when he plays. Like, it's not a lot of useful shooting. So hopefully some more facilitation and a lot more shot creation is going to be there with Ja returning tonight, and I look forward to it at least. What do you think, Jackson? Are you excited for the return of Ja tonight? And it sucks, and with other, it sucks that he's suspended because he shouldn't be. But if you think about other people who've been suspended for other things, but that's neither here nor there. How are you doing today?
What are you?
I'm doing good. One second, Zoom meeting. Oh, there you go. Oh, boom. Is it cold by you?
I don't know. I haven't been outside.
Hmm. Dude, this woman wants to change my. I I just confirmed that Hannah was staying with me with my Airbnb, and now they want to change my reservation. And I was like, I have no idea what that means.
It's the extra gas.
Yeah, I've never had this ever. Like, yeah, I've never had that happen. So I'm over here trying to figure that out.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
Dude, did
Hey,
you watch
right, it's
last?
53 out.
It's not that cold over here. It's like 70.
How's it 53 out?
Dude, did you watch last night's game? Football.
Which game?
Football, my apology.
The end of it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the full thing. I only saw,
Yeah, that was a crazy end.
dude,
I'm
did you see
glad the Eagles lost.
I saw Drew Lock's video this morning. Drew Lock looks like a good kid. Good kid.
Oh, Henry was rock hard when Drew was post gaming.
I don't really watch post games.
I don't either.
I watch them I watch them the following morning if they're good and they make it on my Twitter timeline. That's when I'll watch it. But no, Henry will just sit there and get rock hard and watch a press conference. I'm like, I'm good, bro. Like if it's good, someone's gonna tweet out like the good parts, and I'll catch the tweets. I'm not gonna dictate 30 minutes of my life to waiting for a press conference.
Or this wasn't even the press conference. I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about the post game on
Yeah,
field interview.
post game, yeah, whatever. I don't care for that shit. Post game, when that clock hits zero, I'm on to the next one.
I love when Aaron Rodgers is the post game interview.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I like.
Jordan Love. Oh yeah. After a dub, you don't want to watch. You don't have a hardcore affiliation with any team, so I guess that's why.
No, I don't necessarily care to hear. I also we've talked about this at length. I watch games on mute. This is I I typically am listening or watching a podcast or something else while watching sports, or I'm watching TV with my girlfriend. I'm a big multitasker when I watch sports. And I'd like for me, I've always hated commentary because commentary is like you're not telling me anything I don't know. If that makes sense. I do listen to playoff commentary. Not a fan.
I don't really know what to do with that. I yeah. That's
Dude, they just made this got $12 more expensive, my Airbnb. Not that it's a
goofy.
problem, but
Goofy.
stupid, right?
Yeah, that's weird. So it's like when you were in Miami and I pulled up and somebody saw it and was like, "Yo, like
Yeah, dude,
who's this?"
I didn't even think about that, Jackson. Yeah, I guess I could have been like fined, right? Is for
Oh,
like because
what
you
are you staying at a similar Airbnb, like a
yeah,
small
like
spot,
small spot, like three beds, one bath,
one
um,
room?
like two rooms, yeah, like a living room and a bedroom.
Oh, that's pretty funky.
What do you mean?
I feel like that they are making you pay for a guest.
Yeah, and I already had it with Jazz going there and stuff. Like it's weird because we're going. I don't know where Henry's staying. He might be just sleeping in his car for tonight. It starts today, but Nikki's here, so I'm not, and like my dad's here, so like I'm not going today. I'm going tomorrow, and then I'm only staying until the 22nd, and then I'm dipping back to
Uh,
Maryland.
yeah, I think he's staying in the Hyatt. He said or something.
Hyatt. Oh,
Some
he's
hotel.
yeah. He might be staying at the actual hotel that they're playing at, but I will say this was my idea to go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll take full credit there. He wasn't even thinking about it until I was like, well, I'm gonna go because it was on my. I was like planning on going to Maryland already. I was like, well, I could just stop by.
Oh, you're hitting that on the way
Yeah,
home.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
staying for the 20th and the 21st and the 22nd, I think. I might
hmm.
leave the 21st. I don't know. I have the Airbnb till the 23rd. I don't know how many days he'll stay. I'll see what's the vibe. I might get sick and tired. But either way, let's
Yeah.
talk. Ari, did you have anything else you wanted to add on to that John Morant rant? So when I edit it,
It's a parade inside my city.
all right, Henry. I mean, not Henry Jackson. Are you must be an excited man? You're a man from, I guess. I guess
Cleveland, Ohio.
no. Does Henry count as a Chicago kid? No,
I don't count him as a Chicago kid.
but doesn't he live as far as from Chicago as you do? Technically,
He lives in a different state. I lived in Chicago, so I guess he did, but at least I live in the state.
I know, but like he lives like 20 minutes away from Chicago.
Indiana is not 20 minutes away, no matter how you cut it.
But he lives in the
That's crazy.
dunes. He says he's a third, like
So,
he says he's less than 40 minutes, 30 minutes from downtown.
so am I.
Hold on.
Let me look at.
I think he's from Chesterton or Indiana Dunes. I don't fucking know.
Doxed.
But okay, we're gonna go over. The whole reason I want to do this is because we do have a little short show today because I got to run. Your Chicago Bulls, Jackson, are good. Have you seen what their the NBA standings are? Where your Bulls stand? First off,
First place.
first off, it's time to get rid of Zach LaVine. You're clearly Kobe White is better than Zach LaVine.
Kobe White, Jack and Cheddar.
Kobe White's that guy, dude. So listen, take a guess. What's how many games behind a playoff spot the Bulls are, and guess how many, and guess what standing they are.
11-1.
11. Okay, so they are 12th, and they are currently from a play-in spot. They are 2.5 games away. Actually, my apology, 3.5 games away. And from a playoff spot, they are currently only 4.5 games away. So they're basically running, they're running up the standings and making their way back into this. And Aaron Barr just commented apparently no one wants Zach. And so Jackson, you are a Bulls fan, correct?
Everyone believes every rumor. I hate NBA rumors so much. Oh my goodness. People want Zach LaVine, but the asking the what people are willing to give up Zach LaVine probably is not what
He's
the
worth
Bulls want. Yeah, exactly.
three. How many games has he missed now? 3, 6, 9. Well, we also talked about this the other day that
Nikola Tesla be like, whoa.
the whole problem is that like a team like the Lakers who want Zach LaVine won't trade for Zach LaVine because they don't have the salaries to like match it correctly, and they'd be giving up 3 players for 1 player, and it's not worth them. But it's more realistic of maybe the Knicks to do it, don't you think? Because they wouldn't be giving up as much. But Aaron agrees with you, Jackson. He says I can agree with that.
Well, the Knicks, I don't think make any sense in general. I don't know why on earth they don't want.
Well, they could just
Right,
do an
wow.
R.J. Barrett and Evan Fournier in a pick, and I feel like that's a good deal.
Oh, you're flipping RJ?
Or I'd give you R.J., Evan Fournier, and a pick. Nothing
I
else.
don't really like that because I think RJ is big enough. Not really, but I mean, quickly and
You want
Grimes.
who you say? Who do you think saying no in that deal? The Knicks or the Bulls? If I gave you R.J., Evan, and a pick,
Who's, I mean, probably both.
you think it's too rich?
Just, I don't think there's any interest in that package.
Or he's
I don't know.
mid.
I'd take RJ. I don't. I don't think that trade would happen. But I mean, the Knicks could decide to just go in. I think they should do a trade like that. I don't think Grimes is doing anything for me really. IQ comes off the bench anyways, and RJ's, Levine is an upgrade from RJ. And as a Bulls fan, I would love my Duke alumni RJ Barrett, but I don't. It's gonna be the Lake Show. Like I don't think it's gonna be any other team on the Lake Show.
So over the last 9 games, the Chicago Bulls have been a different team. They're shooting currently 41% over the last 9 games, hitting 14 threes a night. They're going out there, grabbing about 47 rebounds, scoring almost 118 points per game. Their defensive rating is 117.5, which is insane, but I want to see opponents' points per game. Oh, Peach. So they have allowed, I guess, opponents. This is a pulling up, but opponent. How do you spell opponents? Wait, I know how to spell this. Opponents points per game. I'm trying to pull up their opponents per points per game. So it's only been 114. So they've been outscoring their opponents by 3 points over the last 9 games. And 114 points per game would put them currently the league average for points allowed by team is they would still rank middle of the pack at 13th, but their scoring of 117 points would bring them to close to middle of the pack into the upper echelon in scoring. So their offense over the last 9 games has been one of the best in the league. And Kobe White right now is dropping 17 points per game on the season, but Kobe White over the last 9 games is a guy who is averaging, like, pull it up here, 25, 7, and 6 in the last 9 games. And it's kind of a remarkable turnaround from Kobe White, who was, some might say, a little bit of an inconsistent guy for the first few years of his season. So, as a Bulls fan, what do you think of this turnaround from Kobe White and just the Bulls in general? And do you think Zach LaVine might be the catalyst to the problems that they have in the early season struggles?
Kobe White jacket, cheddar cheese.
Goat life.
I yeah, build around him. I bring back Levine when he's healthy, and let's go win a ring.
Oh, you want to keep LaVine?
Of course, I want to keep Levine.
LaVine?
What was that?
I said LaVine.
Yeah, I want to keep Levine.
But
Lavin.
Lavin. That's the one you always say. Lavin. That one makes me laugh. Look, Jackson's so happy he has a coffee maker, so we both sit here.
Just like, I wish there was a way to have my coffee made and like I wake up and it's just ready right next to me.
So what
And
I do,
it's not ice hot.
first thing I do is a coffee machine, literally like that, right there, that thing. And what I do is first thing I do, I walk out, I go up, and right there, those are pods. First thing I
Let
do,
out a
literally
grind.
when I wake up, I
Ugh.
pour water, pop the pod in, I go piss, brush my teeth, and then I go out and drink the coffee. And then by the time I come out after taking a piss and brushing my teeth, the coffee is like at the perfect temperature. And
Oh,
then,
that quickly? Bullshit.
well, I mean, brushing your teeth, it's at least that's at least like 5 minutes. I'm taking the longest piss in the world. I'm also changing. Maybe I make my bed. Like I take like 5 minutes. Sometimes I walk Jasmine, and then by the time I get back from walking Jasmine, it's
Oh
perfect.
my goodness. Yeah. Then it would definitely be a good temperature.
Chicago Bulls, though.
Yeah.
Do you think they can turn their season around, or is it too late? Too little, too late.
What? It's December. We're fine.
I know. I'm trying to hear from a Bulls fan, from the beat, from the
I
source.
tell you every damn day to extend, and I tell you to max Kobe White Jack and cheddar cheese, and then extend Patrick Williams.
I just realized why you
And
called them Kobe White Jack Cheddar Cheese, because Kobe is the type of cheese, and white is also white cheddar. I thought you were just saying that because it's not. I just put that together.
it, it has not caught on yet. Um, yeah, it has not caught on yet. But
Eventually,
yeah,
that's the plan.
Caruso, Caruso is important. I I think we talked to little Bulls yesterday. I mean, realistically, they don't build anything, but um, a boy can dream. I don't want it to be the end of Levine,
Vooch,
Vucevic,
Vooch,
the
listen to
Frozen.
this. Ooh,
DeMar gets so much love for the Bulls because he's done so much for us this year, especially. You can time. I don't have a modern coffee maker. I've got
oh, damn, I didn't see the chat. All right, DeMar and Vooch. So Vooch has averaged 19 and 11 over the last 9 games. DeMar's averaged 24 and 6. I'm trying to think who else is. Has Pat Williams come alive? Or is Pat Williams just doing Pat Will shit?
yeah. He had a really good game 2 nights ago.
Pat Will last 9. He's just been an underachiever though.
Wow, you're an underachiever. Fuck you. Uh,
Uh,
Pat Will, great defensive player. Gonna get him back on a cheap
okay,
bucket.
he's.
But yeah,
You're right.
well, he should have never been drafted at 4.
That's what I
Let's be
meant.
real.
If he
Yeah,
wasn't
he
drafted,
should have never been drafted at 4.
if he wasn't drafted at 4, then there's no problem. Like you said, he's an all defensive caliber defender. It's just the offensive game hasn't caught up. But I will say, last 9 games without Zach LaVine, 14 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's averaging also like a steal and a block a game. So,
We're back.
and right here we got Luke says Lakers, but I think every Lakers fan
He's
thinks every
22.
star player will fit on Lakers. Knicks need a number one. Most modern coffee makers have timers on them, so you can set it up the night before and let it brew in the morning. Most teams can do well enough to make the playoffs after the All-Star break. That's a great point. Those are all great points brought to you by Aaron. So I'm trying to think right there. I mean, I think they'll turn it around. I think Billy Donovan's a good coach, personally, but I know not everyone agrees with that statement.
Uh,
So there's two trade rumors, but we'll talk about one because that's the only one that actually makes sense. So the report we're hearing right now, you could only guess. It's something we've heard before, but I guess it's a little different than what we've heard. So Mr. Donovan Mitchell
ooh.
is somebody that is coming up in reports. So Donovan Mitchell, according to a report, is, to be exact, garnering interest from the Miami Heat. And it's not saying that he's available for trade. That's not what's happening. But allegedly, the Miami Heat, if Donovan Mitchell were to be made available, is a player that the Miami Heat would go, I believe, all chips to the middle of the table for. And it's kind of a bit of a, not a detraction, but a bit different than what we've heard all season where they've really liked their core. And this is coming from Brian Windhorst that the Miami Heat and at least two other teams would be interested in Mitchell, who's under contract through July 25 and has a player option. And Brian Windhorst, we all know, was a Cavs beat writer, and he has a great record
Oh,
with the Nets move. So he said on the Hoops Collective Monday that if Cleveland makes Brooklyn or makes Donovan Mitchell available, it would be between the Brooklyn Nets, New York Knicks, and the Miami Heat. So the question is, who has the better package, and do you guys think he stays in Cleveland, or is that just destined to not, work out?
when's this contract up? Next year?
20 it ends in 26 technically if he accepts the
Uh,
player option, but 25 is the free year he can be a free agent.
oh my goodness, that many years? If I was the Hawks, I'd look into it. Just kidding. I just texted my Cavs source. My Cavs source is just a fan in Cleveland. Um, Crickets. Mitchell the Mitchell. I don't know. Henry and I were talking a lot of Cavs this week. I think it's time. I'm very curious what they look like in a long period without DG the Peachy and Mobley Mob. But from what I've seen, haven't they played two straight now? They look so much better efficiency wise, offensively. Um, I, but I don't know. It's just so confusing.
I think
I think Mitchell eventually gets traded. Um, but it would have to be a nice package. I don't want Mitchell to be traded, but I don't think that this is going to work.
long term is what you're saying.
Long term and short term. My Cavs source is the Cavs fan. At this point, they might have to because he's not going to resign. So
I Yeah, I would. The thing with me is if I was the Cavs, if I
it
was the
doesn't look
Cavs,
good. It
I
doesn't
would
look good.
use this opportunity to boost up Donovan's, value because
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
if he balls out right now without Donovan, without Darius Garland and Evan
DG the
Mobley,
PG,
he's
Mobley
gonna
Pop.
Donovan Mitchell, and if they win games, people are gonna be like, well, then, like, wouldn't you not want to trade him because the core's looking good and they're gonna be good? No, no. The whole thing is if he freaking balls out with those guys out, then it's going to show teams that this guy's it wasn't just in Utah. It's here in Cleveland. He's still doing it. He's still great, and he's been showing it. So having career highs across the board, and then you can maximize the trade value. Maybe get yourself, if you go up the Miami Heat and you're like, okay, give me Caleb Martin, give me Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, give me Nikola Jovic, and maybe Jaime Jaquez, and you can rob a team blind. I'm saying that's obviously theoretical, figurative. That's a freaking insane trade. But maybe the Knicks, you call up Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, give me R.J. Barrett, give me Jericho Sims, Miles McBride, give me every young guy on that roster. You
Fuck.
know, so that's my whole thing. Is you could just rob a team blind because you could just inflate his value if he balls out, and then just like at the deadline or this
Yeah, but none
offseason.
of those were Robin Blind, like RJ Barrett. Like, I mean, come on. I I'm not losing any sleep. I'm not gaining any sleep with it's not making me go to bed any easier as RJ Barrett for Donovan Mitchell, but I get your sentiment. It wouldn't happen this year. I don't think D Mitch blocked. Gets blocked this year. Bless you.
Thank you.
But I do think maybe the summer could be a good option. I mean, I want to see, you know what? I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. They were a 50-win team last year. They've been banked up this year, and they made some additions in Max Strus, the Paul legend, and a couple of pieces. And they have future superstar Amani Bates on their roster, so their future is already set. Um, but yeah, I don't think it happens this year. And I'm sick of the Miami Heat. I'm just sick of the Miami Heat living in this state now. I'm sick of that team just existing. They used to be so cool to me, and then they made the NBA Finals, and it was like, oh, they're like
Twice in
way too
four
good.
years.
They're like way too good. Like, well, so
So are you anti Miami Heat?
I am anti Miami Heat. I can't even watch their games. Thankfully, they're blacked out. And I love Jimmy G Butler. The G stands for kids.
The G stands for gets. All right, let's move over to
And I love Eric Spoelstra, and I love their swagger, guys like Tyler Hero. I love Bam Adebayo. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. I think I just have that much of a negative connotation with the city of Miami.
I do want, in a cynical way, that Mr. Donovan Mitchell never ends up in New York and he ends up on the Miami Heat or some other team, and it just continues to be a saga that he wants to go to New York. And I just think it would be really funny that he's just always never on New York, and then when he does end up in New York, he's like 36, and it's just not like what it was. But like that's just me being a little cynical. I do think it's an interesting saga that's going to be a perpetual headline until something happens in the NBA. But I'm excited, and I think he's a great player. He's fun to watch, top 20 guy in the league. But yeah, this is just something that's just going to keep being in the headlines until he resigns or he gets traded. But let's move over
Yeah, he's
to
not retired.
let's get over to Pirtle. This looks like Jalen Williams, like Jay Will.
Mm.
No, oh Zeke Nanji.
What?
Yeah,
Damn, his hair is down.
you're not a Zeke Nanji guy.
I don't know why you gathered that. I wish I kept my hair going so I could just start wearing a headband everywhere.
Yeah, why didn't you keep it going?
I ran out of hair gel, and
That was your whole
I
thing.
get my hair gel at Great Clips, and it just made sense if I'm going to Great Clips to get hair gel. It's like,
Why don't you just buy it off of Amazon? Is that too much to ask?
I think they have it on Amazon.
Probably. They have everything on Amazon.
It's fair. Never thought about that. Yeah, Aaron, it's been a minute. Thanks for stopping
Yeah,
by.
Aaron, we were glad.
The
We
Herdline News. And thanks for stopping by.
we went back to the old thing. The
Oh,
sorry
man.
tomorrow I can we might not do the show because I'm going to be driving to Orlando at that time.
It works.
So besides that, I'll be back Thursday, and then Friday I should be back too, and then next week we'll be. Well, we won't be show on Monday, I assume, because Christmas.
Oh shit! Christmas is less than a week away.
Yeah, so we'll
Ugh.
do show Thursday, Friday, and then we'll be back Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll play by ear.
This
Also,
doesn't feel like Christmas.
the NFL's encroaching on the NBA's territory. Christmas Day basketball being interrupted again
I
by
know, I
Christmas
know,
Christmas football. Fuck you,
I
football.
know. I don't like. I do. Do you remember the Packers game though
That was a good one.
last year?
That was a good
Yeah,
one.
the
But
Packers Christmas Day, early Christmas Day is fine.
Christmas is basketball. Everybody knows that. Football got Thanksgiving.
I agree, but like an early Christmas Day game because no one's trying to watch Knicks basketball. Knicks like Hawks, I feel like is like usually what it is.
That's a good
That's
point.
more of a jab at Aaron, but it does always like Knicks basketball or Bucks basketball at the first game. And I'm not trying to watch that, so I liked the Pack show versus the Dolphins last year on Christmas Day, but dude, even Christmas Eve, like it's just I get that it's Sunday. It's just like my second most viewed video is on Christmas Day. Like it's too much. I don't want to be thinking about work,
Yeah.
which I won't be on Christmas Day because none of these games really entice me except for the night game. But I fully agree with you. Like that's basketball day. Like I want to see.
Always been
I want to watch
basketball.
basketball all day. I want to have most of the games on in the background, and then also with my cousins, I want to watch it in my grandma's basement
You meeting
on
with
the
Jake?
smallest TV known to man in
You
black and white.
you watching with Jake and
I want to watch
Justin?
the Lake Show. No,
Other cousins?
no, other cousins.
Big family, man.
Jake
Big
and
family.
Justin didn't even pull up to Thanksgiving.
Damn.
Fake. Yeah.
True family man
We'll
over
beat
here.
Chelsea next summer though. They'll pull up. Maybe I'll invite Nick again.
Nick part of the family.
I mean, when we live together, yeah, I guess so. He would usually come up to my dad's with me. And,
What's he doing now? Still chasing the golf dream and his woman?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
What did he major in college? Business? Nick seems like an advertising or a business guy.
Definitely business. I think maybe marketing.
You're an advertising guy,
He's
weren't
such a
you?
marketing guy. Oh yeah. I can cook it. I can cook it up. I can cook up an ad.
You're a copywriter?
It depended on the thing. I like writing copy, but I like writing slogans. I don't want to write like long copy for advertising. But yeah, I can cook up a slogan.
I can cook up a slogan. That's
Like love a good ad. Oh man.
yeah, dude. You stroke your
got-
cock. You see Super Bowl advertisements, dude.
I
Jackson,
love Super Bowl advertisements over the football.
dude. Yeah, dude. You
they're
you
so
watch the
good.
Super
They
Bowl
bring-
by yourself because you're naked with a bottle of coconut oil.
I oh man, Henry and I, because it was Henry's last night, we stayed up way too late, and I love like once the basketball was off, I love watching these commercials. High, it's like
What movie did you watch?
we didn't watch a movie. This dude wanted to watch The Big Lebowski. I kept kiboshing it. Just have no interest in that movie.
Have you seen it?
No.
I've seen it once. That's all you need to do once. It's okay.
See, yeah, it just seems okay. I don't really.
It's overrated. It's over remembered. It's okay. It's
It
not
just-
bad. It's
It
good.
seemed like my cup of coffee.
You'd like it, but like it's not like some people act like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm like, it's okay.
Oh man, it's so quiet. You know?
I know. Yeah.
My God.
You never noticed that?
Well, I've never noticed it till you told me about that like a month ago. I was
Yeah.
flabbergasted.
Uh-huh.
It's even crazier. Well,
I gotta get implants. My girlfriend's over here ready to go to the beach, so
beach.
yeah. I told her we'd end the show today early. So we
Beach.
go. Yeah, no. So I
I
take
gotta
her.
buy Christmas gifts.
I do too.
We're nipping.
Oh, dude, I just stretched too hard. I'm gonna leave you, but we'll talk Thursday. Ciao.
Ciao.
Goat life.
Go life. Cheers.